week 16.
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Matt Ryan, the longtime Falcon, a veteran who's been in the league since '08, ready to guide this Atlanta offense.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
On first down, Ryan. And it's complete. This is Austin Prohl. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run here with Jason Huntley. And this will be a Falcons first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back to back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A run with Huntley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Ryan to throw. Incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Open man here is Prohl. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further. As they get him down well short of the line to gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Here's Tyler Newsome now. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Huntley. And some room to work. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounce it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Russell Gage, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
So if they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On 2nd and 10, Fields. Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the gun, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to Powell. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 6 there on first. Throwing again is Fields. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Come on.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And what a great call defensively there because they decided to bring pressure off the corner. And a lot of times, those big linemen, they can't account for the speed of a defensive back. And that time, he made a beeline right for the quarterback and got him. The cat blitz, tough to defend.
From the gun on third down, Fields. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
Nice play, man.
Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points there, CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. 89 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. To throw again on second down, Ryan. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Ryan. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they're still looking at fourth down now.
Nice job understanding the situation. Third and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a fourth down.
The kick by Marr is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. To throw is Ryan. Able to find Shaheen here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. The sack there by Roquan Smith. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
The Chicago offense set to get started. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Now Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And this one complete to Smith. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8 from the shotgun. Ryan.
And he'll flip this out to Huntley.
That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Lock up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory.
David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Fields. Surveying the field. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Now it's Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Montgomery. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 yards there, just like last play.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Matt Ryan and the Falcons getting ready to go again here on offense. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
They'll run it here with Huntley.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. On 2nd down, Huntley. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Ryan. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Here's Tyler Newsome now
as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Spins away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the Bears take over.
Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack.
Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
On first down, it's Fields.
Throw left side complete. That's Powell. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Fields.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Powell. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Santos with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time a 6-play drive, and culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this league learn that lesson really early. You may have had a great stat line and felt pretty good about how you played, but if your team didn't win, it almost doesn't matter. And right now, he's adopted that attitude. How do I get better? How does my team get better? How do we find a way to win the game?
Yeah, he's hoping to lead his team to a successful drive. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 3rd and 2, now Ryan. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. He's going to look deep down the field. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't come in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Ryan. And this one taken in on the right side.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge, a successful one.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. Again, Ryan. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The kick by Maher is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though.
As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Happy holidays to you all at home as we take you around the NFL on this 25th day of December. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. DJ Chark, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Justin Herbert has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
And he's been effective in their winning, so it makes it a little easier to put a montage together.
It really does, doesn't it? Because we can see him throwing it really well. But how about everything else that's going on? Protection has been excellent. And, of course, the guys catching the ball have provided some highlight reels themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always just one man. He's been good, but you got the guys catching the ball, too.
Yeah, you name it. It's all coming together for them. What they call that synergy. Everything working together really well. And right now, he's the focal point of it.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
Man open is Robinson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. Able to avoid him at the 40. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he's brought down. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Draw play, Fields gives to Montgomery. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Fields. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Fields now to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Bears! Darnell Mooney with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Ryan. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
I think that time we just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. But give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, well,
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And he slings one that's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. He gets away from one. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a give, right side. Huntley, and a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. On third down, they go Montgomery. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Now Fields.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Working with second and 5 now. To throw is Fields.
Now with a first down and more. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, here's Fields.
Throw left side complete. That's Webster. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Fields throw complete here to Kmet. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Oh, Mooney, what a catch.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
Now it's Fields.
He finds Robinson. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. begins here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. On second down now. It's Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
7 yards to pick up there.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. That's going to set him back 5 yards. They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Here's Ryan. And this is incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 8. Ryan.
Now they'll set up the screen to Huntley.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it will be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Play action. It's Fields.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And that goes as a gain of 37 on third down.
No let-up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold-up four fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Montgomery. And this time they were waiting for it as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
2nd and 11. Back to throw, Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap, Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. A 21-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Ryan. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Ryan. They'll get this into the hands of Huntley. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. From the shotgun, Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 84 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And that one needed a little time to develop because he started lined up out wide left. He caught that on the right side of the field.
And you're exactly right about the time because that's not going to be a quick developing pattern, but also great sight lines for the guy throwing the ball to see a receiver cross his face and his sight line from one side of the field to the other. That usually attracts your attention. If you think he's open, you go ahead and deliver it, as we just saw there.
To throw for it is Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. David
Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
90 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run, Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The Bears on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6.
Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
That's complete to Robinson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
45. Mike, 45.
Here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery with his 14th touchdown of the second of the game as the Bears push further out in front. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now we'll again see Calvin Ridley in the Falcon offense.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. They've got his man complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Ryan. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, Ryan. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bears, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it just keeps getting worse as they're going to fall to 1-14. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.